What is up, everybody? I'm gonna try and do this a little more often. I get these random ideas to go and get a trick at a spot that normally I like to have a filmer with me, but sometimes there's situations that arise that, for instance, right now I have passed this bump at the mall infinite number of times, and work is so crazy right now that the actual amount of time that I have to link with my buddy to go and film a trick is not plentiful at the moment. So I thought I would roll my ass up here. I had a random day off today, and with the Arizona heat, man, I just been crumbling this summer. It's a weird humid type of summer. Reminds me of Tampa. But I am gonna try and see what's up with this bump here. Like I said, this is at the Superstition Springs Mall in Mesa, and this place is pretty fucking sacred to me. Any of my homies would tell you, wow, that dude spends way too much time at that mall. But I was thinking, man, I might just fucking, after I get this little trick here, might just roll in and kind of document the state of the mall right now, because yeah, the mall culture is a fleeting thing. So I'm gonna see what I can get going at this spot here. Here's the bump. Holy shit, man. Looks like this whole stretch of sidewalk is just busted. Damn, see, I want to come back and perhaps grind that fucking rail, but let's see what we can do. So this thing is actually pretty perfect. Like I said, I've been eyeing this up for a hot minute, and I'm thinking it might look better if I come from this way. Alright, that fucking angle, because of the uneven, you can kind of see the unevenness right here. That shit, that jostles you. That one felt really fucking good. Alright, you know what? I just reviewed the ollie, and to be honest, I don't much care for, usually I don't care for just a regular ollie at a spot. I like to do something better, but I like how that turned out. Have a friend who, actually, I got a few friends who own stores in this mall, and my homie James owns a little shop called it's called Grindstar Apparel. So my kind of motivation to get over here is that I just got this hat from him, and wanted to get a little something. Obviously, being we're in the mall, but man, I can kind of see where security is usually hanging out. They must not care about this, or maybe they're not getting paid enough. Upon further review, that was a really good snap from the back, but I really am wondering if I can get one with the Grindstar. Really want the Grindstar in the shot. So let's see if I can grab another one from this side. All right, so I was gonna try and kick flip it, but you know, this ground is so fucking bad. I cannot stress it enough. And 6:30, I want to get my trip through the mall, make sure I sniff out any Volcom deals, and I also got some shit I gotta grab from Winco as well. So let's take a little trip to the mall here. I gotta say, side note, this is the shit right here. Being in Arizona, the summer's getting gnarly, and this is the shit, man. Being in a big brown truck all day for work, it really puts the pressure on you to find something that'll actually put something good into your body. You know, a lot of people like the energy drinks and shit, and I'm guilty of it myself. I'll drink that shit on the weekends, but man, if you're actually out moving in the heat, electrolyte, baby. So as I've said before, this mall is pretty sacred to me. I actually started skating not far from here as a kid, and I didn't even know about Zoomies when I started skating, but had I known about it, I feel like skateboarding culture may have been a little more accessible for me. And as getting older and being a parent, I love bringing my daughter here. It is so dope to be able to like go hit the food court. She gets what she wants, I get what I want, and then we go and find her some jeans or something, you know. So I love this mall, and I have seen some coverage on it on the old YouTube talking about it's a dead mall, and I feel like we are on the precipice right now where if it gets any more stagnant, it very well could be dead mall status. But as for right now, there are plenty of times that I come through here and there's all kinds of traffic, you know, people, not as much younger kids. When I was a teenager, man, we just wanted to get up here to meet females and look at skate product and window shop pretty much. But I gotta say, I am so stoked that this is still here because it's clean. I got my Volcom, my Airwalk, and when I need Bones bearings or Bones wheels, this is where I come to Zoomies. And honestly, dude, I just bought a DGK Darren Harper board yesterday, and I've been after that board for a minute, and that was at Zoomies. So they get a lot of hate, but let's be real, man. How often is it that a skate shop stays in one spot and serves one community for 20 plus years? Zoomies has been here since, I don't know. I'm gonna fucking ask him when we get in there. Let's fucking get into the mall, man. I'm a fucking mall rat today. Let's get it. Driving from the bump straight over to the spot where I get my Airwalk stuff from, the soft lines anyway. JCPenney, and kind of interesting, this side of the mall gets a lot more shade than the other one does, and yet it's kind of neglected. I mean, you can see Macy's over there is in serious need of a facelift. And what have we here? Perfectly skatable tube. However, as I mentioned before, this is where security hangs out. So that almost feels like a bit of a trap right there, but look at that thing. So here we are. This is JCPenney, Superstition Springs. If you notice, there's lights flickering in almost every corner of this store. It's a pretty clean store. They remodeled it recently, and all the tile looks really clean and the fixtures, but man, there are lights that have been flickering for months, and I gotta wonder how much it would cost just to replace the bulb. Quickly want to mention Airwalk had been killing it for like 6 to 8 months with these soft goods, and the shoes that I was getting from Walmart were so damn good. But that's going to be a video for another time because they blew it. Anyhow, this is the opening to the mall. This is kind of the central location, dead center of the mall. Got your Toy Galaxy with all your off-brand toys, Skater Homie, which was really refreshing to see. And continuing on, we have Zumiez, and I won't lie to you, I fucking love this little shop, man. They always take care of me. My homie Alex was working. Hey! What it do, though?
How you doing?
Hey, I can't complain. And like I've mentioned, Zumiez does get a lot of hate within the skate community. Main thing I hear a lot is, oh, well, they don't support local skateboarders. They don't have a team for each shop. And that might be true, but when you look at the past 25, 30 years, what Zumiez has done for the community is pretty fucking solid. I mean, they're always doing events, you know, at least twice a year there's an event, and at those events they're giving out all kinds of product, man. There's games for kids. I love to see like entire families coming out to these things. It's awesome. And this Zumiez has killer hard goods, even a Tony Hawk Complete hanging out. They got the Brian Herman, Ours Is Yours. This is actually the sale pile, and there is definitely some good shit in here. I actually got these DCs for work. I would not skate Cariuma, but I wanted to include it in there. Famous Stars and Straps is coming back. I mean, I'm not the biggest streetwear dude, but even the way they lay the clothing out in this store is pretty appealing. They have a really solid shoe wall, tons of stuff from Adidas. They do have some DC, not the really good skate-centric ones though. And just across from Zumiez is Tilly's. Tilly's is killing it now that PacSun is out of the equation. And notice all the kiosks in the mall. They are, for the most part, owned by owners of stores in the mall. So they got hands everywhere. This is one of my favorite places. This is Addicted to Toys. And this is my homie Courtney's shop. He actually lives on my route, so I've been delivering these die-cast and miniatures for about 4 years. And when I found out his shop was in the mall, I fucking tripped out, man, because look at how good this setup is. He's got all the mini shoes, dude. He's got toys dating back to like the 80s and still in packaging. He even has a bomb-ass DVD collection that are super fairly priced. I mean, where can you even go and buy a DVD other than Goodwill anymore? And lots of Walking Dead stuff. That's my daughter's little section right there. Plenty of G.I. Joes, and you know, I think the one thing that he doesn't really try and carry is the pop figures, which is kind of refreshing. And I don't know if you saw the Verizon store. That's kind of a trip for me to see, because at one point I think every single phone service had a store in the mall, from T-Mobile to Verizon, Nextel. They were all in there at one point. Cruising up to the second floor, looking down on Tilly's. And right outside of the elevator is a super dope place that I like to get my jewelry at. It's called Quality Jewelry Plus. And I've been coming in here for a few years. It's quite decent stuff. You know, you're not gonna get some timeless piece, but you're gonna get something that you like. And further down, Grindstar Apparel, my buddy James. This is the super dope hype beast ass oriented store. They got all the new drops, crazy retros, and keeping it pushing. That's the food court, and I meant to do a better job of showcasing that, but it still exists. Man, it is so fucking dark in here. Why? And this is the northeast entrance to the mall, and this is right next to Ulta Beauty and one of my favorite spots, Ross. This location in particular always has Volcom stuff, and depending on what day I go in, I might end up with 3 or 4 pairs of shorts or pants, but only one pair this time. And this is what used to be the giant hobby store. They used to have RC tracks in here. Oh man, it was dope. And coming back into the mall, this is kind of the concerning area for me. Like I said, this is the entrance by Ross and Ulta, and you can just see this corner spot here is an art gallery that I've not seen open once, and below you have the kids play area, which in my opinion is only hurting the mall, because the people wanting to rent space at the mall don't want it to be outside of a screaming children factory. So, you know, we got empty spaces everywhere you look. Luckily, there is plenty of thriving businesses still popping off, but it is concerning. And driving through the parking lot, you know, half of the mall is just empty because a couple of the anchor stores don't exist. And if you know about anchor stores, that's kind of the building block of the mall. You know, people can shop at the anchor store and then enter the mall, just like they do at JCPenney. JCPenney is an anchor store, by the way. And finally, I wanted to get one good look at the sign, because damn, I really do love this mall.